citizens of the world. I am Hound. I am an anonymous operative. Following the events of the United States election, or should I say selection, it seems as though the world has lost its collective mind. Or at least this is a perception being portrayed by the media. Many are celebrating the theft of the United States presidential election, either freely admitting that they have stolen the vote through fraud, justifying the theft, to remove the president at all costs, even if that meant turning to criminality, completely contradictory to the democratic process that they claim to represent, and have denied the blatant fraud, such as electronic voting systems switching votes from one candidate to another, or that more votes were cast than there were registered voters. On the other side, the voters to the right have cried foul, and are protesting the fraud. Tensions between the two sides are now as hostile as ever, and it is concerning that some of them may take matters into their own hands. It seems like the world has gone to hell. The truth is that there has been a secret revolution, which has been gripping the world for many years, but this revolution has been suppressed. Most people in the world have no idea that this revolution even exists, as they have been distracted by television, cinema, sports, video games and celebrity culture. The revolution has largely gone unnoticed, until now. The reason that the election has been significant is that all the genuine members of the resistance have supported President Donald Trump. Following his alleged defeat in the election, the media have declared Joe Biden as the winner of the election, even though that responsibility lies with the United States Congress. The elites are now threatening to punish supporters of Donald Trump. This is the same tactics that despots such as Joe Stalin and communist China use to punish dissidents and their political opponents. People may be forgiven for thinking that the world is becoming more messed up with every passing day. However, that is not exactly true. People are just becoming aware of how messed up the world has always been. The first step to fixing a problem is recognizing that there is one. And it is for this reason that the current events are playing out the way they are. People worldwide are starting to become more and more aware of the evils that have been running rampant in our society. For those in the resistance, they came to understand that the political right and the political left was just an illusion which was forced upon the people by a hidden enemy. Some viewers of this message will be well aware of the evils I am speaking of, others may not be. To those who have no idea as to what is going on in the world, let me elaborate. The powerful and corrupt elite, who have controlled your governments and your public services, have been guilty of heinous crimes against humanity. Now their crimes are being brought to light. The elite have been pushing forward an agenda to completely enslave humanity and to enforce medical tyranny on you, to weaken the public, in an attempt to stop an uprising. They are also working to deconstruct law enforcement and normalize their criminal behavior to prevent any attempt to bring them to justice. To those who have had no idea that this elitist group existed, this may seem fanciful. For those who are aware of the elitist agenda and are pushing back against it, but are losing faith in our revolution, I assure them that we in the resistance are not concerned about the current events unfolding, and neither should you. It may seem that all is lost following the alleged election of Joe Biden for the presidency of the United States, as Joe Biden himself is an elitist criminal. However, what you are not being told is that the theft of the election was anticipated, and that countermeasures have been put in place to ensure the integrity of the democratic process. The Department of Homeland Security have performed an elaborate sting operation to expose the criminality and the farce that was the election of the United States. The evidence of this will soon be taken to several courts across the United States. They will initially be heard in county courts, and you may become absolutely despondent when they are initially thrown out of court, despite the overwhelming evidence that will be presented to the world. But do not worry, this is part of the plan. Once the hearings have been dismissed by the smaller courts, appeals can then be made for the Supreme Court to hear this case, to safeguard the integrity of democracy and prevent the stealing of elections by the criminal elements of the government. Once these cases have been heard in the Supreme Court, things will start to turn, and the truth regarding the election will emerge. As bleak as things may appear to be now, remember that the night is darkest just before the dawn. I am Hound. I am anonymous.